welcome back to Living with Grace. Today's a pretty special video. The day that this is being posted is March 5th, which means tomorrow, May 6th, is hashtag No Diet Day, which if you're familiar with my content, probably isn't surprising. This unofficial holiday and what it stands for is extremely important to me. For those that don't know, I'm recovering from an eating disorder, and I've been documenting that journey through my life as I begin to embrace areas that I previously restricted, both in food and metaphorically speaking. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about No Diet Day and how you can get involved. Tomorrow morning, I'll be releasing an Instagram post in addition to a blog post detailing the dangers of dieting, but I want to keep it nice and light in this video today, so I'm just going to give a little overview, talk about why it's important to me. So without further ado, let's get into it. So on a pretty surface level, hashtag No Diet Day is pretty self-explanatory. It's about bringing awareness to the dangers of dieting, particularly with eating disorders, but also just with an unhealthy relationship with food, something that I'm certainly guilty of, and I think most of us can agree that at some point in our lives we've experienced that to some extent. I'll be going over the history behind this in a little bit more detail in that blog post I mentioned, so make sure you're following my Instagram so you can see it as soon as it's uploaded. How I'm participating and how you can all do the same is to celebrate and encourage body positivity, body inclusivity, and so much more. One small change I know in my personal life would help me a lot with my recovery, but also would have helped while I was going through my eating disorder, is to just stop making generalized comments about other people's bodies or discussing what they are or aren't eating. Can be very harmful. Even if the intention behind the saying isn't malicious, it can still have a negative impact. And of course, I don't think anyone maliciously ever said anything to me, but it is something that now we're in 2022, I think it's important that we all start to become a little bit more aware of our part and how we influence those around us. Because at the end of the day, there's so much more to celebrate beyond what a person looks like. And of course, I'm learning this as I work through recovery, but it's something I think we can all strive to work on a little bit. So a big part of this annual social media campaign is to share how you're participating. Some examples could be as simple as questioning, messaging around food or body size, or if you see something, maybe say something. If you witness someone encouraging a pretty harmful or negative commentary on their body or someone else around you, it would be a good opportunity, instead of putting that person down, to educate them on why that is probably not the best idea for anyone involved. For me personally, I'm working on respecting my body. I am very guilty of believing that everyone around me deserves to exist in any size and any experience, but I don't hold myself to the same standard, or at least I haven't in the past. So I'm working to care about and realize that my body has value beyond what it looks like. Another example that, again, is probably obvious is I use my channel and all my platforms across social media to encourage this narrative and to really just bring an awareness to eating disorder culture and diet culture and the harm that it has, how they go hand in hand, and how one influences the other. And yeah, there's a lot of components to all of them, including multiple types of eating disorders, which are never really recognized in our education system. So yeah, today's video, I just wanted to share my part in No Diet Day, to remind you that it is tomorrow, and you can participate too by downloading one of the graphics linked below, sharing it to your story or your feed, and maybe reposting any content that you see that inspires you to take action. Again, I'll be releasing my blog post tomorrow and my own Instagram graphic with some of the ones provided by the National Eating Disorder Alliance. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful week and that this video inspires you to take steps in the direction best for you. So thank you so much for supporting me on my journey as I really learn to live with myself, living with grace, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.